How's it going, you wonderful people? It's Jay, and in today's video we're going to be looking at classic Dreamcast fighting games that we want to see smashed up, reborn, remastered, ported onto Nintendo Switch. Let's do this. Whoosh. So Capcom recently announced a fighting game collection called the Capcom Fighting Collection, an anthology of amazing classic Capcom games all in one beautiful little package, and it got me thinking, we need more fighting games, especially on Switch, and there's a big opportunity to bring some of these classics back from the Dreamcast era. That console had loads of really amazing fighting games, and today we're going to look at just some of them. Ever heard of Fighting Vipers? The quirky fighting game series was one of those lost gems from the 90s and early noughties. Also created by Sega, it felt like very much a remix or a slightly different take on the more popular Virtual Fighter series at its core. But the main difference comes as the characters being a little bit quirky, plus carrying armour that can be just smashed off, making you a little bit more vulnerable. It's fast, it's fluid, and really sees you interact with the environment, with battles taking place within a ring, allowing you to knock foes into the walls and pull off some rather sweet finishes. The Dreamcast version was the last in the series, a long lost brawler that needs to be brought back on Switch. This fighter is one of those long lost Capcom greats lost on the Dreamcast and was so different to your standard fighting fare. Instead of doing toe to toe on a side on fighter, this time you're in a quirky little 3D arena to do battle. Players can run, jump and use the environment. Think of it a little bit like Smash, but within a 3D box, a 3D space. Chunky combos, meaty special moves, all sorts of objects literally to smash with, made Power Stone a fun little game. It does take a little while to get used to the controls, but it's brutal and ridiculously fun and frantic. Capcom have been resurrecting old games, so maybe this could be a chance for the Dreamcast classic to return. I'm a massive fan of the Project Justice series, or Rival Schools as it was known back on the PlayStation. A bunch of schools team up and go toe to toe, head to head, in an absolutely manic Capcom fighter. Imagine your favourite anime shows that are set in schools, and this is it. High schoolers and even teachers battle for some sort of territorial supremacy. 3-on-3 battles, epic team-ups and fluid combos make this an absolute treat. The game is fast, it's furious, and there's a ridiculous amount going on, but it just makes it super satisfying. The cast are memorable and there's just so much story to it, so much lore. It's definitely a series that needs a big comeback, and it's been AWOL since the Dreamcast. Calibur is still going strong-ish, with recent sequels and HD ports on various consoles. Beginning life on the PlayStation as Soul Blade or Soul Edge, the Calibur series really picked up on the Dreamcast as a signature fighter. You've got familiar faces, newcomers, and an absolutely liquidly smooth fighting system that really holds up today. Soul Calibur has evolved and changed since, but it would be amazing, incredible, to be able to revisit this Dreamcast classic again as a Switch port, maybe part of a legacy collection that includes the fan favourite Soul Calibur 2 as well. When it comes to Sega, Dreamcast and classic fighters, Virtual Fighter is just one of them. A signature Sega brawler and an arcade hit, the third game ended up on Dreamcast after it didn't quite run on the Saturn. The Sega take on games like Street Fighter, it's full of classic martial arts, sweet combos, meaty throwdowns, and just pure fighting. None of that out there moves and fireballs and craziness of other fighting games. It's just a pure lust to beat the living daylights out of your rivals. There's been a handful of Virtual Fighter sequels since, but it would be great to revisit this Dreamcast classic once more. One of my favourite fighting games that needs to be remastered for current gen consoles has to be the meaty crossover event Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There have been rumours that the Switch might get this classic fighter, and Capcom have been remastering classic fighters, so there's definitely a chance for a mighty Marvel vs. Capcom comeback. Perhaps licensing is what's really holding this game back, because there are so many amazing faces in this game, and it first launched on the Dreamcast, and it was an absolutely insane blast. Loads of fighters, loads of triple team-ups, and a packed cast of incredible characters. It needs a remaster right now. So there we go, just a little look at some of the best fighting games on the Dreamcast that need to be brought back, whether remastered or ported onto Switch as part of a collection, or maybe even a little Dreamcast virtual console service, Nintendo. So what did you think of our selection of classic Dreamcast fighting games? Let us know with a comment below, and also continue the conversation on our Discord. Links are below. It would be great to have you. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more geeky, more gaming, more retro, more Nintendo and Sega videos, be sure to hit the
subscribe button.
And before you move on to the next video, be sure to check out our exclusive merch, geeky and gaming designs voted for by you. Links are below. A massive thank you for all your support. And there we go. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.